DP, this is your July 4th, 2015 video lesson. You'll see that the first thing we wanted to do was correct your setup, which looks really good now. The next thing is get the club on plane throughout most of the swing and complete your backswing. You can see the club is you're just about graduated from keeping the club on plane. Toe up position there. Club is parallel to your toe line, perfectly on plane here, and this move down is really good. See how the club is moving away from the ball, the target line, and it gets a little outside your hands, and so you kind of throw it. But the backswing has a thing going really well. The only exception would be you've now incorporated kind of the old throwing of the arms away from the body. This blue line here represents the butt of your club, and when it gets to this point, the butt of the club is here. And you're going to lose connection in the left pec and the left bicep. And then you're going to have to reroute your hands. So the hands are still away from the body, and probably, See, at this point on the takeaway, your hand should be here, right over your pec. And I'd like to see that thing a little more laid off. So I like your hands there, and I like the shaft to be here. Then your hands are still above the plane, and then you kind of start with your hands and see the club is chasing out in front of your hands. This red line is the trace of your club, and it should be inside behind your hands. So throwing your hands away from your body to start is part of the problem, but you can always reroute it in here. You start this move down with your lower body. Your lower body's moving, but it's too late. So you basically graduated. It's essentially on plane, with the exception of throwing your hands and coming down, letting the club head fly in front of your hands. Now, what we want to do is turn our direction to the body turn and sequencing. You'll see first of all, you'll see coming away from the back wall. Even on the backswing, see how that right hip is, instead of pushing back, it's going towards the ball. And then from there, you just kind of, I like this move in here, you kind of sit down, but then you're so far away from the wall, and at no time does that left cheek get back of the heel. I mean, it's slightly back, but it should be against the back wall. So what that means is you have to come out of your spine angle, otherwise you're going to fall over. And watch your. So you got, even though it's better it's more of rotational movement than when you came here to start. You still have a vertical up and down. Watch your ear. It goes up with the backswing. Hip pockets come away from the back wall, and then kind of squat down to here. And as you come up, it comes up again. So an impact, the head, which we can identify with the movement of the ear, the crosshairs here, is back off the ball like 2 inches and up 3 at impact. It's going to be very tough to find the ball in the ground when you have that head movement. So that's tons of inconsistency. And see, your shoulders aren't really rotating around your spine. This comes down now. Your left shoulder comes up, and you kind of stand up through it. Haven't really released that right side. Your body kind of gets in the way, and there's no room for your arms, and you just kind of stand up. You can really see it from this angle. There we go. Middle of your hat, front of your hat. So as you come back, it's going up and back, like maybe up 3 inches, and you get to here, and then you get to a point where you lose some width. This is the old problem, but we can still work on it. This back leg might be a little stiff, so you got to retain the flex here. But good shoulder turn, and I like, it's not a bad position. It just could be better. Now watch. See, your lower body hasn't kicked in early enough, and then when it does, it goes in the wrong direction. So that knee should be caved in. See, it caves in now. It's a little late. Now your hip really hasn't cleared, and your head's actually moved forward of the ball, forward of where it was at address, and up 3 inches. And then see this? There's no room here. It's like your arms. It's not rotational. Remember when we had watch Scott's. When he gets up here, he's got this big push. Now see, his shoulders are rotating around his spine, and his head is basically still. See the shoulders rotate around the spine or the sternum? Your shoulders really aren't that much, right? I mean, it's basically independent. The left shoulder is lifting. Yeah, well, the spine isn't staying still, but the shoulders aren't rotating around it. So we really have to work on the body turn. In the lesson, we were talking about getting the lower body disassociated with the upper. But after reviewing the video again, we also have to get the shoulders working in 90 degrees to this is roughly the spine angle. And we want the shoulders rotating around that. See? See how his shoulders are rotated around that point. There's a little forward shift, I agree, but the spine still gets still here, shoulders rotate, and the lower body starts it. So we want to work on this action. There's the right side never really releases. The left side just kind of lifts. So I'll play this in slow motion. See that? Now I'll play this one in slow motion.